Okay, this is actually 88, but if you turn it sideways, it looks like an infinity symbol and an infinity symbol below it. So I call it infinite infinity. I've been reviewing articles just a little bit. There was more there that I wanted to look at, but it's getting late and I wanted to get this up. But I've been reviewing articles on stuartwilde.com. Stuart Wilde, he saw so many things way ahead of everyone else. And anyway, you can go over there and take a look. Um, you're probably going to find out that a lot of the things that he saw haven't come to pass. And you're going to say, well, this guy, he's like a typical psychic, and, once in a while something comes true, and a lot of times it's entertaining, but it never really seems to happen. And I want to encourage you to let go of the dates and times when he might have said that this was going to happen and that was going to happen. And because if you are, how are we going to put it? If you are never able to really understand time, you always think, well, if I make an appointment for Friday the 13th, 2025, that's an appointment and that's when it's going to be. But when you are a visionary and you're being shown visions, these are, Sananda, the Ascended Master, said, these are what we call potential probabilities. What does it mean? It means that potential probabilities. What is a potential? It means this could happen. And probabilities are, well, is it, 80% chance, a 20% chance? I guess it means that perhaps the future is not set in stone. Okay, now this hat, pink one, it's usually Bob Frizzell, our movie producer, but Bob is not here right now, so I'm going to talk on Bob's behalf. Bob produces the reality game on these channels. And what's the reality game? It's the fact that you're living. So many people are. It's like they don't recognize that this is real life. They live to watch Netflix. They live to watch 24-hour news channels. They live to work. They live to get another bottle of whiskey. What's wrong with that? People have more interest in what's going on in Justin Bieber's life than they do in what's going on in the life of their neighbors. You just have to go. You go on YouTube, and at the bottom of the YouTube, click on trending. And you'll see the absolutely unbelievable high numbers for the trending videos. And this is what millions of people on the planet are watching. What does it mean? Well, if you are on Family Guy, what does it mean on Family Guy? These are cartoon characters, and we know more about what's going on in cartoon character land, Family Guy, The Simpsons, than we know what's going on in our own world of living, breathing humans. We don't know what's going on with humans, but we know, the latest episode of these TV shows. We know, whatever the television gives us. We know about the movies that Hollywood gives us. These actors and the characters they play, people know these characters and actors. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is that these are fiction. They're fiction. And you have a real life to live, and you're spending all your time in front of the boob tube watching fiction. What's wrong with that? There's plenty wrong with that. What's the point of having a physical body if all you're going to do is sit on the couch and play video games, watch Netflix, watch 24-hour news? You don't need a body for that. You could just be, you could just be a movie camera aimed at the television. Then you wouldn't have to go pee and you wouldn't have to run to the fridge. But the whole point of having a physical body is what? It's to enjoy physicality and doing physical things. I don't like physical labor. I don't like walking. This is the whole issue, is that people are, are they bored with physicality? For me, I'm not really bored with physicality. I am shocked and outraged at the prices it costs you to do physical things. $250 for a lift ticket to a mountain resort. And then, I don't know what it costs you to get a room there. Restaurant meals. I mean, you can't afford to go to these places. So physicality has priced itself out of reach of the mainstream consumer. So what's the point of coming and being incarnated on planet Earth in a physical body when the best you can do is non-physical things? Keeping up with the Kardashians. Used to be the Real Housewives of this city and that city. Watching professional sports. These are other people having real lives. And we're having phony baloney lives. Something has gone wrong. What's gone wrong? This whole planet has gone wrong as far as everything. You think it was set up this way? An incredible planet that you can go and explore, but nobody can afford to explore. I don't want to keep telling you, if you're watching this in the future, right now I'm living in the COVID-19 quarantine. It's cabin fever. I'm living on a physical planet, but the police state has locked down planet Earth. Don't get me wrong. I don't really want to catch some dread disease. Nevertheless, I have the opinion that the dread disease is, number one, man-made. Number two, the media is lying about it. Number three, what's number three? It just goes on and on. The government is lying about things. Everyone is lying on this planet. And we feel like we're what? I feel like I've been made a prisoner. And it's not the quarantine doesn't not bring this to me for the first time. As I said before, the high prices of everything, the low wages, prison planet. What's going to happen? Well, if I put my Bob Frizzell hat back on, the reality game is we are unable to change our world. 7.5 billion of us, and we're imprisoned by the media, the politicians, the demonic people. Some people call them Luciferians. I don't know if they're following Lucifer or not, but they're demonic. What does it mean if you're demonic? It means you have no love in your heart for other people. And what are we going to do about it? Well, it's a police state. And what are the police doing? They're enforcing us right now. Stay in your homes. How did we get locked into our homes? Besides the media story and the government story, did we commit a crime? No, it's all right now. This is what people are starting to, some people are starting to come to the idea that something has gone wrong because I'm being imprisoned here for a crime I didn't commit. Because a lot of young people, especially, are seeing through the media lies, seeing through the lies of the government, seeing the outrageous cost of living. We need a global revolution, and we have to change everything. How are we going to do that? I don't know. All I know is this is not working, and it is going really badly for humanity. The other thing that is very scary are these high technologies that are going to be used to what? To keep us down? To murder us? To poison us? To enslave us? To turn us into sex toys? To turn us into vampire food? Getting back to Stuart Wilde, Mr. Wilde said that there are cosmic forces that are working to free us from this prison. And I said earlier, if you go to stuartwilde.com, a lot of the things that he saw don't seem to have happened in our reality. So why was he getting these visions if they weren't going to happen? I don't know. I mean, the stuartwilde.com website, it's like watching old episodes of Family Guy. For me, I go back and I remember the first time I read some of these articles, 2012. Mr. Wilde talked about a ghoul war. What are ghoul wars? They're basically demons. And he said that there was a big fight on, a spiritual war. And then he said, the light's sort of at the end of the tunnel. We're coming to the end of the ghoul war. And then he died. And I know the ghouls are still here because they attack me all the time. So what's really going on? Well, if I wear my Red Cross hat, I don't know how many times I keep coming back to let's figure it out. And how are we going to figure it out? I don't know how to figure it out. I keep waiting for the cosmic forces to come.